We got a preview of what may occur in 2009 at the spring game. Let's take a look at some highlights.
Good day on hand in Baton Rouge. Estimated about 30,000 on hand to watch the LSU spring game, the annual game between the Purple Squad and the White Squad. And we kick things off in the first quarter, literally. Ron Brooks taking back the opening kickoff. 33 yards for the Purple Squad, and that sets up quarterback Russell Shepard. A lot of Tiger fans can wait to see him at the quarterback position. He hits Tim Moulton, but Tim Moulton gets popped by Chad Jones. Later, Richard Murphy out of the backfield. He would slip, lose 5 yards in the play as Lazarius Levingston gets credit for the tackle. That would set up a 50-yard field goal by Josh Jasper. Jasper, good leg, good distance, but misses it wide right. The White Squad then takes over. Jordan Jefferson, of course, had that outstanding game in the Chick-fil-A Bowl last year in LSU's victory over Georgia Tech. All day to throw, incomplete there to Brandon LaFell. Then later, Charles Scott, the big fella out of the backfield, back for one more year at the Tigers. 12-yard gain there. Later sets up Jefferson again. This time he's going to find LaFell. Then there's no dropping and no missing this one. This one's good for 28 yards. Great hands by LaFell across the middle as he brings in the catch. And that sets up a 3-yard play. Back to the big man again out of the backfield. Charles Scott takes this one in from 3 yards out. And the White Squad gets on the board. And it's 7-0 at this point. Later, Raheem Alem, of course, there's not a lot of full contact because of the quarterbacks not wanting to get touched, protect everybody for the season. You're going to be Shepard. See Shepard here trying to scramble. Nice escape nonetheless, though. Raheem Alem is credited for the sack as they would then blow the play dead. Later, Shepard, Chase Clement, 13 yards here on the completion. Purple Squad trying to get things going as we move to the second quarter. But then you're going to see another sack. You saw Shepard avoid one earlier with Raheem Alem trying to chase him down. But as we take you to the second quarter, watch as Laz Levingston gets into the backfield. And he gets credited for the sack and actually does take him down there. And Shepard gets caught for the loss. Keelan Williams then, the handoff for the White Squad right up the middle. 8 yards on the gain there for Keelan Williams, and the White Squad trying to move things down the field again. Jared Lee's in a quarterback now, and he's going to find Peterson, but Peterson with the drop on 3rd and 3 may have heard footsteps coming as you saw the hit right there. Chris Garrett then in at quarterback. This one for the Purple Squad. Michael Johnson drops the interception there as he had a chance. Later, Purple Squad, Drake Nevis credited with the sack on Chris Garrett, who's in at quarterback. We go back now to the White Squad, and again, it's Lee. Good field position here. Lee drops back and finds Tolliver. This was good for 19 yards on the gain. Great catch there by Tolliver. And of course, if you're getting close to the end zone, you once again hand it to the big fella. Earlier, Charles Scott did it from 3 yards out. This time, watch him take it the easy route, just 1 yard out. Scott gets into the end zone. He wound up having on the day 70 yards rushing on 11 carries and the 2 touchdowns there. The White Squad is up 14-0. Back to the Purple Squad and back to Garrett, to Tim Moulton. You saw Moulton get popped earlier in the first quarter. This a nice catch here for 17 yards, but then Perry Riley, as you see him back to pass, the deflection and the interception. Perry Riley picks it off for the White Squad. Takes it downfield before finally getting brought down. And it's 14-0 for the White Squad as we finish the first half of play. Of course, at spring games, never really a full game of action. It's all situational. So we go to the third quarter, have some moving around, and it's Jefferson back at quarterback, and he finds Mitch Joseph, the big fella, good for 14 yards on the completion. And then Jefferson again back to pass. Out of the shotgun, he finds LaFell here. This one's good for 18 yards, coming right at you as LaFell comes across the field before finally being taken out of bounds. That would then lead to Richard Murphy, and Murphy's going to get the honors here. He had 2 carries, had 34 yards, 1 touchdown, and there it is right there. And the White Squad has 21 points on the board. It's 21-0. White team in control during this 2009 spring game. Later, Laz Levingston, we mentioned his game earlier. This time he's going to sack Shepard again, but this time Shepard coughs it up, and Raheem Alem recovers the football for the White Squad. So 21-0 as we head to the fourth quarter. And in the fourth quarter, we mentioned Murphy with his gains. Here's 26 yards here. I told you he had 34 yards on the day. This one's good for his 26-yarder. Remember, he had the 8-yard touchdown carry. Later, Jefferson in at quarterback, out of the shotgun, checking things out, gets the snap, but fumbles the snap, and Colin Kahn recovers it for the Purple Squad. Now the white squad is pitching a shutout. One last chance to keep the purple squad off the board, and they would do that and then some. Patrick Peterson with this interception ends the spring game on a 69-yard interception return. When it's all said and done, the 09 spring game goes to the white squad 27-0.
Well, Greg, that wraps up the 2009 spring practice. I know the players still have a regimen to go through in the summer, but this was the foundation for next season.
Well, it was the foundation for next season, and going into 2 days, it's going to be exciting to watch the battles that emerge, because now you start over. Every position's open. You've got to come into camp in good condition and ready to go, and I think that battle's going to be more important at the quarterback spot.
There are 4 quarterbacks vying for the starting position next fall for LSU. When we return, we'll take a look.
Lee versus Jefferson sounds like a discussion of great historic leaders. But in the case of LSU football, it's a battle to see who will be the leader of the Tiger football team.
Certainly we'd have greater quarterback play than we had last fall. I believe that's happened. I believe our quarterbacks are going to play with more confidence and give us ability there.
Competition's been great. So we feel like competition's a way for us to get better. So that's the way we look at it, and we go in each and every day to the meetings and the practice, and we enjoy it, but also we take it seriously, and we've tried to help each other out as best we can.
We pushing each other, to making ourselves better. We helping each other out, whenever we have problems, and we just looking out for each other.
Jarrett Lee started 8 games in 2008 as the Tigers' signal caller, but it was Jordan Jefferson who finished the season and left a lasting impression with his stellar performance in the Chick-fil-A Bowl.
It gave me a lot of confidence. It let me know that I actually can do what I needed to do in the game, and all that practicing that I did to prepare for that game, and it helped.
Despite having the most experience behind center, Lee never played consistently enough to hold on to the job. 14 touchdowns and 16 interceptions eventually caused his downfall.
Things happen like that, and you just gotta, bounce back. And I learned that after last year, some things didn't go our way. And it happens sometimes, but you just got to bounce back and just do the best that you can.
Still, Les Miles declared it an open competition this spring for the starting job, both playing well enough to stake their claim to the position.
I feel like I've done pretty good. I just try to get better each and every day and just kind of control what I can control.
I improved on a lot. I improved one with the plays. I know the plays better. I know how to make my reads better, and that's just going to help during the season.
Jefferson had a slight advantage on Lee early on, and by the end of the spring game, it appeared he may have done enough to be the starter opening day at Washington.
I don't make too much of that because frankly, I think competition always, really is the definer of who ends up number one. But if you had to start today, I certainly think that Jefferson might be that starter.
Whether it is indeed Jordan Jefferson or Jarrett Lee behind center, one thing is for certain. The Tigers need better and more consistent play from their signal caller this season.
And it starts with the quarterback. So, that's going to be a big key to our success on offense, because last year we were kind of here and there sputtering on and off, and that got us 8-5. So starting with the quarterback, we're going to have a lot of consistency.
The whole team is relying on the quarterback to execute with the plays and stuff. So, just everybody just want the quarterback to be a leader, so that's going to be very important.
Well, definitely, you got to. At the quarterback position, you just got to be calm and collective and just be consistent. And that's something we worked on this spring, and we've improved tremendously.
Looking at what happened last year with the quarterback play, receivers, and everybody that was inconsistent, if everybody go out here and be consistent, especially at the quarterback position, we know what we're going to get out of them every week in and week out. That'll help us a lot.
And while Jefferson appears to be the man to start the season, waiting in the wings is the dynamic Russell Shepard, who might be pushing both Jefferson and Lee sooner than later. For the LSU Spring Football Show, I'm Paul Boron.